When you're super stressed about your skin, you're raising your cortisol levels. And as we know, cortisol is a terrible hormone. It just really stresses everybody out. And they're like, oh, is it cheese? Is it wine? Is it this? Is it that? And I'm like, it's stress, dude. Calm down.
Hey friends, welcome to Keep It Simple Sexy. I'm Christine Bullock, founder of KO Body Care, certified fitness trainer and mom of 2 little girls who's just trying to juggle it all and feel as good as possible. I'm so grateful that you're here. Now let's get started, sexy. Hello beauties and welcome back to Keep It Simple Sexy. I'm your host, Christine Bullock. And you know what? When you wake up to clear, glowy skin, your day instantly gets a little bit more cheery. I mean, at least it's a little easier, like less makeup, less application. Today, I'm bringing you the expert of Vital Healthy Skin, Gina Mari. Lauded as the best facials in LA by Allure magazine, Gina is a skincare expert with a unique approach to skin renewal and preservation. I love that word. Preserve it. Preserve it. Gina's passion for skincare sparked when she developed adult acne in her late 20s. Hey, I've been there too. She was determined to find a solution, so she became a licensed esthetician. She's always at the forefront of the ever-growing and evolving world of skincare science and new technology, conducting advanced research and utilizing cutting-edge technologies in her personalized skincare programs. With this, she's the go-to expert to re-energize aging and damaged skin by stimulating cellular regeneration from deep within the tissue. Bonus, she's great at repairing acne-prone skin too. I just referred a friend to her. Today, I'm asking her to divulge her wisdom to boost your radiance, maximize results, and support that natural beauty. Welcome to the show, Gina.
What a great introduction. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, of course. And, I'm a personal client of Gina's too. She's absolutely amazing. In the heart of Beverly Hills there, been doing it for a long time and really knows her stuff.
Thank you. Yes, skincare is an absolute passion of mine. And like yourself, I'm extremely interested in the science and the technology of everything and really making everything authentic. Pure ingredients, great product, all of that, and the technology, which we all love.
Yeah, it is. You make such a great combination because yes, you definitely focus in on clean ingredients, but there is a science to each of the products that you recommend, and they're effective, because there's so many clean products out there that I think sometimes can be a waste of money. And you specifically, even from the brands that you pick, have these really specific choices that you refer that really are like some of the top from those brands as well. And then within your treatments too, and we're going to get into this, you love the science and technology. I mean, you always have the most cutting edge technology that again is like naturally reparative and preservative, or, helps to preserve the skin.
Well, the whole goal is actually not to be heavily reliant upon products, but to get your body to be functioning and your skin cells and all of that to be functioning on their healthiest level. So you're not reliant upon a lot of extra product or 12 steps or whatnot. You're doing it internally. You're kickstarting those cells to turn over, to stimulate collagen and elastin on its own without being reliant upon 55 steps of what you need to do at night.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that. And I mean, we're going to get into some of your like light machines, but those are some of the easiest steps, I think, to repair and then just protect your youth that you have and that you have for at home too. Well, speaking of, I hear people say all the time, you have great genetics when speaking of someone's gorgeous skin. But you say we're all up against time, genetics, and our environment. And preserving our skin is an ongoing process, just like going to the gym. I love this as a trainer, of course. Can you explain how all three, time, genetics, and environment, can affect your skin?
Well, time, obviously, because as we age, the rate that our cells turn over slows way down. You'll notice if your little girl falls, skins her knee, she'll have a scab for like a week and it's gone. in my 50s now, I fall skin my knee. It's like 6 months to heal. Okay.
I
So
feel
that's just kind of a clear observation of the cellular turnover just slowing way down. So what we want to do is kind of kickstart those cells in whatever way we can to keep turning over. So we have that fat, juicy collagen and the healing process as well. So that's time. In terms of environment, listen, if we're living in a farm in Kentucky, we're not going to have as much free radical damage as we have here in the heart of LA. So we do need to be, considerate of what our skin is dealing with during the day in terms of free radical damage, environmental damage, all of it. So during the day, it's our job to protect our skin. At night, it's our job to rejuvenate our skin. So that's the environment. Just thinking about what you're dealing with. Also, cold, sun, heat, dry, all of it, the environment we have to consider. So when we're talking about another factor, which are genetics, that's our family history. That's our lineage. That's where we come from. So genetics certainly play a part. And it's also really important to, consider the health of our family line and really kind of get ahead of any possible issues that we might have.
Yeah, I mean, really almost like in disease or anything like that too, like when we know kind of heads down in genetics, we can make sure that we're taking the proper supplementation or avoiding and all of that to be preventative. Yeah, I mean, truly though, I feel like everybody has in the sense of just beauty and aging, a fairly good genetics. And it truly is time, but mainly environment in the sense of like lifestyle, like you're talking to, that has that major effect on us. And even like we're going to get into acne in a little bit too, but really can affect that as well.
It's also overthinking skin. Over the past couple years, everybody's had a lot more time to kind of be online or look at TikTok or look at this. And it's also been a little bit of too much information where when you're super stressed about your skin, you're raising your cortisol levels. And as we know, cortisol is a terrible hormone. It just really stresses everybody out. So when I was talking with a lot of people recently and through my whole career, and they're like, oh, is it cheese? Is it wine? Is it this? Is it that? And I'm like, it's stress, dude. Calm down. What is the amount of cortisol that you're spiking if you're thinking about not having a drink, or if you have one little glass of wine? Weigh the difference. It's very emotional. Skin is very emotional. It's also very psychological. So I find that if we take the weight out of stressing out about what we think we're dealing with in terms of skincare, that's half the battle.
And to apply it to fitness just a little bit, because I hear this all the time from my side of it, when, just for our audience, when you're doing, especially like a high intensity workout, a 2-hour workout, maybe not for everybody, but we hear it a lot in Los Angeles, a hot yoga workout, a berry, something like that, where it is this really, instead of just like a nice casual calming walk or a casual restorative yoga, you're actually raising your cortisol no matter what. And so I speak about this for autoimmune, that kind of stuff. It didn't really assist me, but also we have to be aware that if you're constantly pushing your body like that, you're constantly raising your cortisol, and it can actually be deteriorating your skin at a faster rate because of that too. So that's why we lead to balance in everything that we do. Well, you've been named the top celebrity facials in LA by Allure. That's huge. And you have a slew of A-list clientele because you get results. Many spas market a one-size-fits-all list of treatments, but one of your claim to fame are customized treatments for everybody. Why the need for customization, and what may clients be missing with a one-size-fits-all?
I have never been a fan of a menu of you pick what you want. I want to talk to you. I want to develop a conversation with your skin without sounding cheesy, if you will. But you change up your shampoo and conditioner, right? You change up what you want to eat. One morning you might want yogurt. One morning you might want a smoothie. So your skin is your largest organ. And your skin wants something different as well. So when I have a client come in, I'm fortunate enough to have a lot of technology at my office. I want to get in there, look at your face, and develop a conversation and say, oh, you want a little bit of this? Okay, we're going to do a little bit of that. Let's add a little bit of this in there. Oh, mm-hmm. And so it's kind of a feeling as well as the science of actually looking. I work with a surgery light, so I'm really looking deep into your skin. And again, maybe a little bit of microdermabrasion is great on Tuesday, but your skin doesn't want it on Sunday. So it's just really observing and calculating what your needs are and watching as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Just really tuning in to find out what their needs are. I mean, can you imagine if you're constantly going for the same treatment, even if it's just like, okay, lactic acid peel, maybe a microderm and some oxygen. I mean, your skin does need way more than that. And it is even going to fluctuate through the month with our cycles, with the environment around us, the stress levels, just the love that it needs. I love that. Well, you also have a passion for advanced research and utilizing cutting-edge technology in your treatments. What are your go-to high-tech tools to reverse signs of aging, acne, and stress in office, and then for anyone at home as well?
So like I was just talking about the customized treatments, it's also the blending of technology. If this technology works to stimulate cells, great. If this technology works to excite cells, great. If this technology works to essentially damage them so they want to regenerate, let's mix them all together. Yeah. It's not just one thing here. Let's see how they play out. And so the different way of stimulating, like we said earlier, your natural body, your body's healing process, the ability to produce its own collagen and elastin is that blend of what we want to kind of conquer, what we want to do. Now, if you don't have the ability to see an esthetician or dermatologist and you want to do some things at home, there's also really great ways that you can kind of achieve these results on your own. Having said that, not being too aggressive is my main point to anyone that's doing anything at home. We all were doing a lot of things at home, and I was teaching a lot of folks to do things at home over the past couple of years because of our restrictions. Having said that, more isn't more, like berries sometimes.
I mean, but also within your treatment studio too, wherever you're going, there was like a huge trend for these really strong lasers. And I love that you're saying like some things are going to tear down to rebuild, but some things are just going to rebuild. And there was an imbalance in that at one point with, where the trending was going, what people were doing with their skin. And we were having these like after effects of a lot more melasma. We were having thinner skin, just like that glassy effect to the skin because it was torn down so much. So I do love the fact that you said to have a beautiful balance of that too.
My philosophy with skincare is kind of, and I discovered this like a few months ago, it's actually baby stepping. Let's baby step it. I'm not really into aggressive lasers, like you said, because of the glassy look, hypopigmentation, hyperpigmentation, all of that.
Yeah.
And it's also really important to understand the personality of the client that is doing these aggressive treatments. A lot of times I find that some offices are not taking into consideration, is this person driving a convertible? Are they going to wear sunscreen? Are they not going to go golfing in 2 days or surfing or what?
Are they out with kids all the time? I mean, it's just like, try, but yeah.
Are you going to reapply your sunscreen after you're chasing the 2-year-old before you're trying? Right? So really, I find that especially being a Los Angeles native, I've been in a sunny climate my whole life. So perhaps my treatments are geared towards, we have no downtime essentially.
Yeah.
So super aggressive treatments are not necessarily something that I'm interested in. I did a CO2 laser like a year ago, but we did it on the lightest setting and we went back again and did it and then again and did it. I don't believe in aggressive tearing everything down. Like I said, baby steps.
Yeah. Yeah. And your skin is beautiful. And I was going to say, can we go back to the fact that you mentioned, did you say you were in your 60s?
50s.
50s.
Don't
Okay.
put me in my
Oh my God.
60s.
At the very beginning, I'm like, oh my God, girl. I heard wrong. 50s, no matter what, even your 50s, you look amazing and your skin is absolutely perfect. If you guys are tuning in, you might want to tune into our YouTube too, just to see how gorgeous Gina is and just this clear, beautiful skin. I know, no pressure, but truly you are inside and out. So is there anything, like, can we get a little specific in the sense of what kind of technologies that you recommend? I mean, you don't have to do like a brand name or anything like that, but is it like RF? Is it light treatments? What can we do what do you highly recommend in office everyone should do? Maybe not so aggressive and something people have at home, even oxygen. What do you love?
I'm a huge fan of exfoliation. Some people are afraid of exfoliation. There's two different types. There's chemical and then there's physical. In the office, I perform physical exfoliation. I love dry microdermabrasion, but not so hard that you're going to suction too much and break capillaries or damage the skin. So delicately. I also love vitamin infused microdermabrasion, or you can treat acne with that type of microdermabrasion according to the type of solution that you're using, whether it be a vitamin C or salicylic, which is better for acne-prone patients. Huge fan of radio frequency. I love RF. I've been using it for years now. It's so great to just go ahead and like hit specific areas. Microneedling, kind of obsessed with microneedling. Combo of microneedling and RF is beautiful. It's amazing. And my all-time favorite is LED light therapy. I've been working with LED light therapy ever since it came into the beauty industry. And I have for the last 12, 13 years, been working with one specific company. Their name is Lightwaves. I love them. They're amazing. And there's a lot on the market in terms of handhelds or at home. And the most important thing is to understand the efficacy of the at-home product. The most important thing is to do your research and make sure that the power and the nanometers are actually correct for blue, red, infrared.
So what does that mean? And I'm going to preface this by saying, you know, knowing Gina, I don't know I think the bed that you might have gotten rid of for right now, I don't know. Do you still have your big bed in your office?
I don't, but
I know, but
can't wait to get that.
She did. She was one of the first people to have it. She literally has been doing research in this for so many years. Like, if there's anybody that I trust to give me information on light, it is Gina. So you guys need to tune in just for this at least. But so explain like because I feel like I've tried every at-home light and nothing works the way a really strong in-office one does. And if you're recommending Lightwave too, then I really trust that brand as well. But what does that mean? The power and the wavelength or whatever you just said.
Nanometers.
Nanometers.
So the difference between a professional LED treatment and perhaps one that you can do at home will usually be the power, which is the time that it takes. So if I can treat you in office for 14 minutes, maybe the at-home version will take 30 because you're not having that amount of power. With the amount of time, you're still getting in there. The nanometers is one of the most important aspects when you're looking at any at-home device or you're going in for a professional treatment to understand what technology they're using. So what LED light therapy is, it stimulates cellular turnover. And it does that essentially by exciting your cells. I kind of like to think of it as, think of little defibrillator paddles that you're going to go in and restart your heart. You're going to go in and restart your cells because we want them moving. We want them active. You know, your children are turning their cells over like 6 to 10 days. When you get to my age, they're turning over like every 45 days, which is just a little bit too long for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. I want to see results faster than that.
I don't want to wait 45 days.
Yeah, it's time for that. Okay, so good to know. And I know too, like, you guys can look on her website as well, because I was actually recently reaching out to her about the light stuff, and she has the Lightwave at-home Lightwave on her website as well. So one thing I mentioned too is that acne really kind of started your whole journey into this? And it's a common issue that I hear. I just referred a friend who's about to get married and just suddenly started to get cystic acne in her late 20s. And it's, it's physically painful and emotionally painful as well. I had it too when I was in my 20s, when my PCOS, I realize now looking back, raged its ugly head. But my goodness, it can start really at any age. We hear it all the time now. So I want to clear up, no pun intended, the acne information out there. What first, and let's just start with the basics. Like, what are the main, because I'm sure you have to go backwards with your clients and figure this out first, but what are the main causes of acne?
So when you're talking about acne, acne can be multi-layered, unfortunately, but it's generally not one type of acne. It's not just cystic acne. There's going to be some comedonal acne in there. There's going to be blackheads, to put it in layman's terms. There's going to be a mixture of all different types of situations happening there. And people like to put things in boxes like, oh, you've got rosacea. Okay. Or, oh, you've got dermatitis, or you've got cystic acne. It's usually never just one thing. It's usually a combo of lots of different things. It can be product related. It can be stress related, obviously hormonal for sure. And it can also be, I see lots of teenage boys and they're like, oh, he's breaking out. Well, what kind of sports is he playing? It's his helmet. Or, are you on the computer doing this all day?
I was just doing that.
I was too. It can be habits. It can be things that we're contributing to. One thing
I have a zip right there too right now. Okay, lesson learned.
It's really funny because, when I will analyze a client, I can also tell what side of the bed your partner sleeps on, and if you're rolling into them or if you're rolling away.
That's also it too. Yeah.
So it's a lot of circumstance as well. Yeah. I developed comedonal acne in my late 20s, and I contribute that to, my ex-husband.
True thing's never been said.
It can also be, it can also be if an actress or a model or, a newscaster or somebody that's in makeup all the time, it can be dirty makeup sponges. It can be anything. Yeah. So my main focus with acne, and like you said, you can get it when you're 8 nowadays, which is crazy. And I still have clients in their 70s that are like, what is this? Why? I'm not even juicy anymore. Why do I have people? Yeah. It just happens. And I think not stressing out like a crazy person about why is this happening will, like we talked about cortisol earlier, will help with that. Having said that, proper nutrition, diet, exercise, what you're doing environmentally to your tissue, wash your face at night, always, are huge factors.
The Keep It Simple Sexy podcast is brought to you by KO Body Care. Uh-oh, guys, I'm going to fill you in on something. My pants are fitting a little tight today. Have you guys ever felt the same, a little bloated, ate something that didn't mix well with your tummy? Well, I'm going to let you in on my personal hack. KO Body Care's clean plant-based supplement, Bloat Be Gone, and it will be gone. As the founder and CEO of KO, we spent so long getting these formulas perfect, and this one really works instantly. Our customers are just as obsessed with it as I am. What I love about this one is that it soothes bloating and digestive discomfort fast while healing over time. So I always slip this one in my purse when I'm going out to dinner, and that way I can throw it in some water, drink it, and feel great. Try it out for yourself and see the bloat and discomfort start to disappear, leaving you feeling your best. Head to kobodycare.com and use our code KISS20 for 20% off your first purchase. About the lifestyle and the environment. So like, what are like 5 top tips, maybe couple things in nutrition, couple things, with just taking care of your skin or looking at your makeup, your stress, your workouts. What are your top tips? Like you said, because it is all really interrelated, all of these different kind of acne.
you're working on the external, the internal body. The skin, like I said, is your largest organ. We're all intertwined. We all work together. So I notice that if I'm not exercising like I should be, I will not be, for lack of a better word, sweating.
Yeah, purging almost the toxins. Yeah.
And getting all of that out. If I'm eating processed food, if I'm, drinking too much coffee or maybe too much alcohol, smoking cigarettes, like all of that, it's going to affect your internal, which is going to affect your external.
Do you find that dairy and chocolate, those are two common things that I hear when people cut? If it's like, I guess, a lot of, and I kind of wonder if the chocolate has dairy in it too that they're eating, and they cut it and they're like, oh, my skin just cleared up.
I find that too, for myself personally, I will say that I have to watch it with dairy, and I don't eat sugar except for, drink red wine, which is technically sugar. But I don't eat sugar or, natural sugar and fruit and whatnot. But dairy, I see a lot of that happening in through here with an unhealthy diet.
Yeah.
And, it's really important also for your supplements, like we were talking about earlier, getting your greens, getting turmeric, whatever will help with inflammation. Inflammation has been a really big thing lately. I myself, stress, cortisol levels, all of that raises any, inflammation that we're having in our bodies. And I notice that if I get a little sloppy with myself, I will get a psoriasis breakout.
Yeah.
And that's started because of stress. And also, as we age, we have to be more cautious of these types of, maybe you could, eat pizza in your 20s and maybe in your 50s, you really shouldn't.
Yeah, I know. Or just find healthier versions of it. That's my thing too. Like whether it's like a nice veggie crust and, some alternatives where you can enjoy it still. It's tasty. It can be tasty. I promise you, people who are doubting me out there.
You have so many great recipes too that incorporate great taste with healthy and whatnot. And I'm not saying don't live your life. Go out, have some pasta every once in a while, but in moderation.
Yeah. And it is, as we age, our bodies just can't fend it off. And there is a need for balancing that and hopefully supporting it with supplementation. So it helps to balance it out a little bit more too.
Mm-hmm.
So then what are the best methods? You can talk about blackheads if you want, but really like the cystic acne, the whiteheads, that kind of stuff. What are the best methods for treating it in your hands, in your office? And, you could be talking about the skincare. You can be talking about your treatments, your higher tech. And then for people, who don't live in LA, like what can they do at home?
Well, let's start with at home.
Okay.
So the most important thing is if you're suffering with a breakout, if you're suffering with acne and you don't have access to an esthetician or a dermatologist, let's talk about the psychology of it first. First things first, throw away your magnifying mirror. Do not get up in there and start analyzing what's wrong with you. You're going to go down a rabbit hole that's just not good psychologically, and a lot of people will start to pick.
Yeah.
Picking your own skin is probably one of the worst things that you can do. So if you're struggling with that, get out of the mirror. The most important thing is what we look like from like this far apart, from arm's distance away. Okay. So if you look good from there, who cares what you look like that close magnified?
Yeah.
Nobody looks at you that close.
Yeah.
If they do, they're a child or they're a partner and they don't care.
Yeah.
So if you look good from that far away, you're fine.
Yeah.
Second thing at home is do not over dry. Do not over treat. A lot of people think that I'm just going to dry it up. I'm going to dry my skin off. I'm going to get this acid from Amazon and I'm going to get this clay mask from wherever. Don't over dry it. Treating acne, I like to treat it in, for lack of a better term, wet. I like to treat it hydrated. If you over dry something, if you think that this is the epidermis, this is the top layer of skin, and this is a pimple that wants to come out, If you crust that up,
yes, totally.
Bigger and bigger and bigger. We want to give it hydration so it can come out. Let them be free.
Yeah.
So
yes.
picking, no. Over drying, no.
Yeah.
Hydrate, step away from the mirror.
Yeah, it's almost like it dries it up from the inside out, though, too, when you do hydrate or have a little bit of great ingredients like a salicylic or whatever else, too, to help dry it from the inside out, not necessarily topically like the sulfur and all of that, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we love our salicylics. I like glycolics in washes. I like those in washes, but I get a little bit nervous about people treating themselves at home, especially dealing with an acne-prone skin is stressful too. So sometimes you get stressed and you want to, oh, more is more, more is more. No, less is more with acne.
Yeah, yeah. Any kind of technologies that you love to use on it to help turn it over and heal?
Blue light therapy, blue LED light therapy. So red and infrared light therapy go penetrate the dermis. Blue light focuses on the epidermis, killing bacteria, killing all of that, and really cleaning everything up. And by the way, if you're suffering from acne, it doesn't mean you're dirty. It doesn't mean that you're not a clean person. This is something that comes from the inside, comes from stress, comes from diet, all of that. So it doesn't necessarily, people judge themselves when they're suffering from breakouts. And I don't want that to happen. I think, just know this is a cycle and you're going to get through it.
Yeah. And even you could obviously have super clean skin. I know that one of the things for me too is like silicone bases, dimethicone, like those kind of primers. They put it a lot too in hair products, those ingredients. And for me, it just does not work. Like I can tell right away if it's in one of my new hair products because I break out immediately. But it's not like I'm not washing my face every night, or morning and night and, using all the right products. But it could literally just be one ingredient that you need to figure out and pull out from some of your products too.
So if you suddenly are like, why is this happening? I have my clients, I'm saying, text me a photograph of every product that you're using.
Yeah.
So we can go through and a lot of the time, the best way to deal with that is to break it down to nothing. Break it down to cleanser, toner, moisturizer, sunblock. That's it. And then don't add serums, don't add anything until we can isolate what necessarily the ingredient is that you're not happy with, that your skin's not happy with. And that can change. It can change, our bodies, our skin changes as we age. So maybe one ingredient maybe hyaluronic wasn't a fan of yours in your 20s, and then in your 50s, you like hyaluronic. But like you were saying, there's more product that I just touched my face. There's more product that we're putting on our skin than we're really paying attention to. Like you just mentioned, your shampoo, your conditioner, any serums, anything like that, sunscreen, body lotion, all of it, including mascara, foundation, blush. So
kids shampoo.
Yeah. So paying attention to what you're actually really, really putting on your skin is super important, but not stressing about it either. Calm down.
Yeah. Just know that you're going to get the answers and just kind of figure it out. I guess last question about acne too, just because I'm thinking about my girlfriend who's going through this and she went to see the dermatologist, and then the dermatologist seemed to prescribe the internal medications really quickly. I forget what the one is. And I know she felt really sick from it. There's obviously Accutane, which is like the biggest step up. Is there a point where you feel like, people may need this, or is this like, please just try a lot of other things first before you go to it? I was on Accutane in my 20s. I wish I had that they just immediately did that to me. So, and it ruined my digestive system. So these things are extreme, I just don't like to see the downfall of the other side of it to clear up your acne.
So I deal with a lot of teenage acne. Yeah. And most of the time, by the time they get to me, I'm not a dermatologist by any means. I am an esthetician.
Yeah.
One thing that estheticians do is we extract. And a lot of doctors' offices don't have time for that. They're seeing a lot of patients, and it's, it's laborious. Extractions are laborious and they're tedious, and it's a lot of work. However, that's how you get rid of acne, with good extractions. A couple girlfriends of mine, I know a couple estheticians that are amazing with extractions, and it's a skill. It's a really big skill to see what's going on in the skin, opening the skin, seeing which way the pore is going. Is it this way? Is it that way? Is it that way? So proper extractions, though they're uncomfortable, and though teenagers are like, no, I don't want them. That's how you get rid of acne.
And that's why we don't pick it home, people. We don't see any of that.
But we clear it out. And my technique at my office is just kind of I'm a groomer. I'm like a human groomer, basically, if you think about it, is properly extracting, properly sanitizing, and then getting them back in. If you are dealing with acne, I recommend, I don't want to see you forever. I want to see you fast, 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 fast. We got rid of it. You're good.
Yeah. Okay. So that's your first steps, guys. Well, for anybody that does not live close to you, are there any at home, I guess we kind of went over the skincare devices. I guess just any other tips that you can provide them, any skincare products that you love that you want to recommend, anything on your website that they can pick up, because I know Gina's always doing tons of videos and has so much content for you to follow along and watch. But you really do have great tips, even in just skincare, because there's so many options out there. And I love every product that you recommend.
So we were, not to talk about the last few years, but we were also dealing with a lot of maskne out here in LA. Everyone, myself included, we were all dealing with this. And I found kind of a triple threat that really worked well for people, or actually I would have them wash with the detox body wash on the face. Space grade, guys.
I did it this morning.
I do it all the time. And then there's a wonderful line called Goldfaden MD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually interviewing Lauren later today.
She's a genius. I love her.
Yeah.
Goldfaden MD has two products that back to back work so well. The Fresh Appeal, which is a quick chemical exfoliant. Chemical doesn't mean bad. It just means top AHA, whatever. Quick on, quick off. And then their detox mask to scrub. Excuse me, that's your product. Facial detox. The facial detox is a wonderful clay mask for acne that doesn't dry the skin. It leaves it hydrated. And that's one of the most important things. Another product that was really helping people is a topical colloidal silver.
I hear it all the time, that colloidal
silver.
Yeah.
Colloidal silver, I take it internally. Jen, my right hand, discovered a really great gel. It's actually, a lot of products can be used off label. This is referred to as a wound healing gel, but technically a skin breakout is a wound, really. And so, with this topical colloidal silver, we were just getting great results. And again, not drying the skin out. It's a gel. It's not drying it out.
Would you use it for anti-aging too? Did you like the gel for anti-aging, or really just acne?
I like it for prevention. So if you were having to, I had to fly to New York when the mask mandates were happening, and just the long flight wasn't that long, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a mess when I get there.
Yeah.
I put it on everywhere that night. So for prevention, for problems, yes. For
okay.
I do internally for that.
Very cool. Any products that you just love for general anti-aging and rejuvenation?
Vitamin C. Vitamin C serums and vitamin A. There's a reason that retinols are popular. Vitamin A, which is a retinoid, retin-A, many different names. Vitamin A and vitamin C are really the only ingredients that naturally stimulate cellular turnover on their own.
I miss my retinol being pregnant. How do you recommend applying your retinol? Because I've heard tips from different estheticians of how they utilize their retinol. How do you use it? Like days of the week, months. Some people are months on, months off. Some people are days on, days off.
Again, it's about having a conversation with your own skin. Yeah. If you're using too much of it, your skin's going to get red and irritated, and don't push through. Like, listen to your body. I use retinols when I'm like, oh, I need a little help here. And I usually will apply a moisturizer on top of it. And I always apply retinols at night, not during the day, at night. Nighttime is when you apply your actives because your body is rejuvenating and repairing itself. So you want to give it all those really great active ingredients. During the daytime, you're in protection mode. You're protecting yourself from environmental damage, from sun damage, from all of that. So you're in protection mode. At night is when I would apply my actives like my A's or my C's for sure. And just so everybody knows, if you're feeling lazy with skincare and you're like, I don't want to wash my face, I don't want to do it, skip it in the morning, but don't skip it at night.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Gross. Please wash your face at night. Sorry, guys.
Always at night.
If we could actually see, even if you don't wear makeup, the environmental impact, that ends up landing on your skin throughout the day. It's like, blah. Yeah. Nice, clean pillowcase.
And if you're suffering from acne, clean your pillowcases, guys.
Yeah, a little bit more. Can't hurt.
No, it's not going to do anything. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're on our speed round questions. When do you feel you're most beautiful?
I feel my most beautiful when I'm making other people feel beautiful.
Aw, of course. And that's why you love, you headed into your profession. That's so sweet. What is your morning routine like to set the tone for your day?
So, I drink black coffee. Now I'm cutting it back and I just pitter patter. I'm a pitter patter person, but I have noticed that when I'm driving to my office, I started listening to daily meditations on my way to work. And that really kind of helped me ground. Even though you shouldn't be like meditating in your car.
But you can meditate with eyes open and still being very focused,
Yeah.
I meditate with my kids running around me and pulling my hair.
Yeah, I've been listening to an app called Abide, and it really,
nice.
I love it. And it really, if I'm not listening to it in the morning, I can notice the difference in my mood, my energy, all of that.
I love that.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you're working to improve upon in your life?
That's such a difficult question, Christine. That's a lot. What did I wrote? Yeah, this is what I wrote too.
Just difficult.
Learning how to maintain some type of peace while dealing with so much chaos.
That is like the ultimate goal. But it's great that you're working on it. That's what we're a constant journey. That's what life is. And as long as we're working to evolve what makes us better and our environment better too. That's beautiful. Well, thank you, Gina. Thank you for clarifying all the information regarding acne-prone skin along with our skin itself. And where can we follow you for more of your daily wisdom?
Instagram?
Yeah. What is your Instagram handle?
It's at Gina Mari Skincare. It's no E on the Marie. My mother, I don't know why she decided no E.
I love it.
I know. GinaMari Skincare.
And your website is?
GinaMari.com.
Yes, perfect. You guys can go there. Like I said, she has a lot of product recommendations. I was just on there the other day looking at the light wave machine. So you guys can take a peek at that too. Well, thank you all. Thank you, Gina, for tuning in. I really appreciate you sharing your time with us this morning. I know how busy your schedule is.
It was so good to see you after so many minutes, you know.
I know, it's good to see you too, and I'll be in very soon. I need
Please.
Gina to get her hands on my skin. It needs some
And I need to do
pregnancy
your
love.
workouts more.
Okay,
Come on.
perfect.
Great deal. I'll do your workouts. You'll come in for your
Trade.
skin.
Yeah, I know, because I don't want to work out right now. So you can take the workouts. I need a workout for my skin. That's it. And thank you all, beauties. I appreciate every review and comment, so keep them coming. Have questions you need answered? Text me at 1-310-361-8697. Make sure you're following me on social at Christine Bullock, and have a healthy, happy week.